morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to look at a whole bunch of new merch. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new set that's coming out in Japan in a week's time. And every time we get a new set, we get new sleeves, deck boxes, and a bunch of other stuff. That's exactly what we've got here. And I'm telling you now, I'm usually excited about this stuff. I usually take great pleasure in showing you this stuff. But there are sleeves and a deck box here that I am going to go and pick up, because goodness gracious me, they've upped their game even more than usual. So starting off, we've got the Grassy Gardening Collection, starting off with sleeves. And the thing is, these are not the sleeves I have to go and pick up, though I might because they're beautiful. If you're a fan of grass Pokemon, these are just phenomenal. You got a bunch of grass Pokemon doing their thing. The art style is amazing. Obviously, Pikachu's there despite not being a grass Pokemon. Squirtle appears, but as a watering can only, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now, these are sleeves. The sleeves are retailing for 792 yen. I'm not going to keep repeating the prices where they're the same, so unless any of the sleeves are not 792 yen, can we all just agree that we've, looked at it and we're fine? 792 yen for what it's worth is £5.23 or $7.20. It's crazy cheap for this kind of cool stuff. There is also a deck box, and what I really appreciate here is that it's not exactly the same. We've got Flabébé and Cutiefly rocking up here. And Cutiefly is on the sleeves, but in a completely different place. And Flabébé is, but again, in a different place. They've switched up the art a bit, and I am delighted. It is not just the sleeve art put onto a deck box, and I really appreciate that, although there are a lot of similarities. And I should actually tell you what the deck box is in terms of price, shouldn't I? The deck box comes in at a frankly ridiculous 398 yen. Deck boxes are crazy cheap in Japan. And that's £2.60 or $3.60. That is crazy. That is ridiculously cheap in terms of price. It is beautiful. But there's also a card binder coming in as well. And again, they've mixed the artwork up a little bit. Now here, the artwork is actually very similar to what we see. No, see, it's not. They're all kind of similar, right? If we put all three of the art side by side, there are clear similarities between them. Bulbasaur is always in the same post holding that pot. But on the sleeves, he's in front of the Sunflora. In the deck box, he's in front of the door. And then in the file, he's back in front of the Sunflora again. But there's now that little wooden thing holding some plant, which isn't there on the sleeves. So I do like how they've mixed things up a little bit. So there's your card binder. And obviously here, because it's a card binder, we are going up a little bit in price. We've got 1,705 yen. Got to worry about that 5 yen, which is coming in at £11.20 or $15.50. It's pretty cool. Now, everybody likes Umbreon. Umbreon's pretty popular. So what we've got here are some deck sleeves and a card binder featuring Umbreon. And this is interesting because historically, generally when a new set comes out, we get a bunch of pairs of sleeves and deck boxes. Here we've got a bunch of pairs of sleeves with card binders, but I'm into it. This is extremely cool. And obviously we've got Umbreon there coming out of the appropriate Pokeball, and we've got all the appropriate background going on, and it just looks awesome, honestly. Now this is pretty much the same for the card binder and the sleeves, which are the same price as ones we just talked about. So if you're into Umbreon, this is cool. If, however, you're more of a SYLVEOM fan, have I got news for you? Because we've got the same thing with SYLVEOM. We got sleeves, we've got the card binder coming out of an appropriate Pokeball with an appropriate background, and it's all pink, I want to say. I'm colorblind, I don't really know. And this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I've always been an Umbreon fanboy, but I keep pulling really good SYLVEOM cards from Eevee Heroes / Evolving Skies, and I'm kind of falling a bit in love with SYLVEOM lately, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of starting to love SYLVEOM. Either way, these sleeves and all are absolutely amazing, so something to get rather excited about. Oh, and when I said appropriate Pokeball, I'm now starting to get paranoid that some of you might think I actually don't know what the Pokeballs are. Well, Umbreon's coming out of a Moon Ball, very appropriate, the whole Moon Pokemon, and SYLVEOM is coming out of a Love Ball, which again, very appropriate. So I do know what the Pokeballs are, ladies and gentlemen. I was just, mixing it up, using a little bit of whimsy. If anybody was sitting there thinking, oh, Wassy doesn't know what those Pokeballs are, that makes me sad. Moving on, we've got some Mewtwo sleeves. And it's just sleeves. There's nothing else. Now, Mewtwo is coming out of a Master Ball. What else? I mean, you never use your Master Ball on Mewtwo. If you ever use your Master Ball, it's for roaming Pokemon because that gets annoying. No. Catching Mewtwo is a challenge. That's the point. But we got Mewtwo coming out of an appropriate ball, this time Master Ball, with an appropriate background. Weirdly, we don't have a listing at the moment for a card binder, even though the other two that are clearly by the same artist we do. I don't know is the honest answer, ladies and gentlemen. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, the other day I showed you a Piplup promo, and I told you that there's been a lot of Piplup love over on the Pokemon Center and other places lately. Well, the good news is that is extending into sleeves and a deck box, because we are getting a pair here. And what I really love here, these are completely different. The sleeves have a bunch of Piplup, one of them's falling off the ice, which makes me a bit sad, and then there's a Poplio swimming, and there's an Oshawott randomly on that little piece of ice with the Piplup. So it's mostly Piplup, but some of the other water first partner Pokemon are having a look in as well. Whereas if we flick over to the deck box, you've got an Empoleon slicing a big piece of ice, and I did the big slicing motion with my arm there, and I've just realised none of you could see that, and the Piplup looking positively entranced with it. And then there's some other stuff on the side as a Primplup and all there, which is rather lovely. So if you are a Piplup fan, and you should be, Piplup was one of the 9 tables at my wedding, these are really, really cool. Incidentally, still not the sleeves and deck box I need to go and pick up. Now, everybody loves Elesa and everybody loves Emolga, and some people love Zebstrika, so we've got sleeves and a deck box here coming in as well. Of course, Elisa's Radiance is one of the really cool new cards coming around in Fusion Strike. It's one that looks like it's going to be really cool for those Fusion decks. So it is rather lovely that we are getting some Elesa love in accessories here as well. So you've got your sleeves with Elesa holding Emolga, and Emolga looking super happy, and Zebstrika. Now, is it looking content? Or is it looking annoyed that Emolga's getting all the love? I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you. But then we got a deck box here as well. And what I love, we've got different artwork. Now, it's very similar. There's a clear theme going on. We got the same 2 Pokemon and the same character. But I really like it when we've got pairs of deck and deck box where we got similar style, but they mix it up a little bit. That makes me really rather happy. Now, with it being Fusion Strike, we obviously have to have some official Fusion Strike merch as well. So we've got sleeves and a deck box just featuring the art of the pack, essentially. This is just the pack art transposed onto sleeves and a deck box. And obviously at this stage, I have just finished telling you how much I appreciate when we don't have the sleeves and deck box having the same artwork. And now all of a sudden, yeah, they are coming in with the same artwork, which is actually kind of annoying. But hey ho, ladies and gentlemen, you can't win them all. This is still extremely cool artwork. It's wonderful artwork, but you will notice that the deck box and the sleeves are extremely similar. But we also have something a little bit different. We've got the large capacity deck box here, which is actually still very similar, but what I really appreciate is they're using more of the image. So you can actually see where in Galar this is all happening. It's still the same basic piece of art, but they've shown you a lot more of the image here, which is extremely cool. Now, because it is a large deck box, it is more expensive than the other ones. So this one is coming in at 1,320 yen, which equates to about £8.70 or $12. So if that's what you're into, this is cool. What I am into here is the Latios and Latias sleeves and deck box. Honestly, for me, and again, weirdly enough, these are basically the same art. Obviously, on the sleeves, they've got Latias above Latios, so they can fit them both on. I want this deck box. This is going to be my deck box. Because, firstly, Latias is Baby Daisy's spirit Pokemon. Only fair I get a deck box featuring it. But also, I adore this artwork. This artwork is absolutely flat out phenomenal. And I really I'm a huge fan of just showing scenes that are really recognizable from the games, but in high quality art like this. You can even see the reflection of the bridge in the river, which is just phenomenal. And this is clearly recognizable from the Galar region if you play the games. So, yeah, the sleeves are cool, but I'm getting this deck box. This deck box will be mine. The sleeves I'm going for are these ones. Look how cool they are. I love Chandelure. I'm a Chandelure fanboy. Chandelure is my guy in Pokémon Tournament. Love playing a Chandelure in Pokémon Tournament. And these sleeves, they're a bit weird. It's just a big zoom in on Chandelure's face with a background. Just like a single monocolor background. And I don't know why I love them so much. I should be wanting the gardening sleeves, or the Latias and Latios sleeves, or the Piplup sleeves. I've shown you a lot of cool sleeves in this video, but I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, these are the ones I want. And I can't really explain it, and I don't have to explain it. It is awesome. I should mention, I've kind of hinted at this, but I've not been really explicit. Do notice that these are all coming around because of the set. So there is a Chandelure V Max in the set. Phenomenal artwork. So therefore, Chandelure gets sleeves, and similarly there is Latias and Latios in the set, so therefore you get the Latias and Latios sleeves coming in as well. And one of the best pieces of art in Sword and Shield 8 is Smeargle. It's phenomenal, and Smeargle's getting some sleeves. If you like Smeargle, these are cool. If you don't like Smeargle, I don't know. It's not doing much for me. I like them. But I just keep looking at the Mitsuhiro Arita artwork on the Smeargle card, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. This is amazing. The last thing that's gone and been revealed is the high-class long card box black, which basically is a big long box that flips open, holds a bunch of cards, and comes with 5 partition plates. It also retails for 3,520 yen. So it's not terribly cheap. That comes in at like £23 or $32, but it's official and beautiful and it can hold a lot of cards, so it's not for me. I won't be picking it up, but maybe it's for you, and maybe you should. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of new stuff to take a little bit of a look at, but we have gone through it all. For me, as much as I love a lot of the other stuff here, it's going to be the Latios and Latias deck box and the Chandelure sleeves. But I could easily make an argument for a lot of the other stuff here. In fact, all of it. It's so good, ladies and gentlemen. It's so good. But I want to know what you think. And, of course, in the interest of fun, if you could all tell me what your favourite sleeve/deck box are from this video. If you've listened this long, go on, drop a comment. Tell me. I want to know. So there we go. Go nuts in the comment section. But be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.